can you please take a moment and tell the interview committee a little bit about yourself? So, I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I graduated from Texas State University with a bachelor's in respiratory care. I worked as a medical scribe during some parts of my college, and I did clinicals at St. David's Round Rock, St. David's Medical Center, Ascension Williamson in Round Rock, and Dell Children's Hospital. I also was privileged with being able to do internships at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston and Baylor Scott and White Memorial in Temple. I have extensive experience in the adult intensive care unit and the neonatal intensive care unit, as well as the pediatric intensive care unit. Why did you choose respiratory care? I chose respiratory care because it makes me happy to help other people, and I've always wanted to work in a hospital. I have dedicated my career to serving people needing critical care because I think I am the perfect type of person to do so. I love being a bedside clinician, and of course, the patients are the reason I love it so much. Respiratory care is where I found myself, and luckily, it's where I thrive the most. Why would you like to work at this hospital? I have known about your hospital for a very long time now, and I have always admired the work y'all do here. Working at a pediatric specialty hospital is exactly where I picture myself in the future. I believe I can make a positive impact here, and I believe I will be a valuable part of the respiratory care team. I love what I've heard about various specialization teams here I can be a part of, more specifically like the transport team or the ECMO team. And I have dreamed about working at this hospital for a while now. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Please tell me your principal strength and your principal weakness. So I believe my principal strength is that I work best under stressful conditions. I have excellent critical thinking skills, so I'm able to adapt to chaotic and intense environments with ease. At the same time, I am able to manage my stress well enough to avoid feeling burnt out. One of my principal weaknesses is that I am very critical of myself. So at times this affects my confidence. But I do believe a higher self-confidence is something that I can grow with time and advancement in this career. Tell me about an emotionally charged situation you dealt with. How did you handle it? And what could you have done better? During my clinical rotations, I experienced a scenario where my patient was mistreated and abused by the care facility they came from. I was incredibly heartbroken to hear about the circumstances and even more heartbroken to see her condition. I was calm and collected when taking care of her. Although she was not coherent, I spoke to her during her therapy. I told her some comforting things and how sorry I was that this had happened to her. When I walked out of the room, I was still holding on to the pain I felt for her. I carried that around the rest of the day. I later realized that these things were out of my control, and by holding on to these intense emotions, I was actually harming myself and the other patients I took care of that day because I was distracted and I was not emotionally available. It took me a day or two to realize that all I could do was give each patient my very best and let go what is out of my control, and that's exactly what I wish I would have done better that day. What unique characteristic do you offer that will add to the strength of our respiratory care department? I have a very strong work ethic, a very powerful ability to empathize with my patients, and a receptive attitude. These are all characteristics that I believe make a difference in the quality of care given as well as patient satisfaction. What questions do you have about the job that you are applying for? My first question is, what is the hospital's policy on financial aid or reimbursement for continuing education, specifically for continuing education in a master's respiratory care program or maybe a specialty in BRC exam? What are the health and vision insurance benefits? And my last question would be, what is the starting pay for RTs and the night shift differential? Thank you very much for allowing me to interview today, and I appreciate y'all's time and consideration. Bye.